She used to take hours to reply. Now she's blowing up your phone. She used to pull away. Now she's chasing. Why? Because you changed one simple thing. You stopped caring. You walked away. And now, she can feel it. Welcome back to Stoic Life Guide, the place where logic leads and emotions follow. Today, we're diving deep into how a woman reacts when she senses your interest is gone, through the lens of Stoicism. No games, no manipulation, just truth. Because sometimes, the most powerful move is silence. Stay until the end, because once you understand these reactions, you'll never chase love the same way again. Part 1. The shift in energy. Every connection begins with a spark. You gave attention, effort, maybe even affection. And for a while, she enjoyed it. But the moment it became predictable, she started pulling back. Why? Stoicism teaches us that attachment is the root of suffering. When you were too attached, you gave away your peace. But when you pulled back, when you reclaimed your power, the energy shifted. She felt it instantly. Suddenly, your good mornings disappeared. Your likes stopped showing up. You weren't available anymore. And that's when the panic begins. Wait, why isn't he texting me? Is he seeing someone else? Did I lose him? The truth is, people value what they fear losing. When you were always there, she didn't think twice. But now, you've become a mystery, and mystery creates desire. Part 2. The psychological reaction. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Apply that to relationships. If she took you for granted, your best response isn't anger, it's indifference. Your detachment is your power. So what actually happens when she realizes you're no longer interested? She tests you. Suddenly, she posts more, shows up looking irresistible. She wants your attention, but she won't ask directly. She becomes inconsistent. Hot today, cold tomorrow. It's not love. It's fear of losing control. You broke the pattern. Now she's confused. She might confront you. Why are you acting distant? Translation: why don't I control you anymore? Stoic wisdom reminds us, remain calm. Remain grounded. You are not here to be owned. You are here to be respected. Part 3. What you must not do. Here's where many men fail. You notice her reaction, and you fall for it. Don't. That's a trap. She's reacting, not loving. You go back to chasing. Now she knows you were bluffing. And worse, she knows she still controls your emotions. You seek closure or validation. A Stoic man creates his own peace. He doesn't beg for someone else's. When she realizes you lost interest, your next move defines your value. If you stay silent, focused, and firm, she'll respect you more than she ever did when you chased her approval. Part 4. The power of indifference. 10 o'clock, 13 o'clock. Indifference is not cruelty. It's clarity. It's saying, I choose me. Epictetus said, we suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them. So don't judge her for reacting. That's her nature. But your nature must be stronger. Still, unmoved. When she finally realizes you're no longer invested, two things happen. She respects your silence. You're no longer a follower in her emotional game. You've become the Stoic, the one who doesn't flinch. She reconsiders her behavior. That's when true change happens. When you stop reaching, she starts thinking. Maybe you weren't the weak one. Maybe you were just done. When she realizes you lost interest, her world tilts. But this is not about revenge. This is about respect. This is about you choosing peace over chaos. You don't need to raise your voice. You don't need to prove your worth. You just need to walk and let your silence echo. Stoicism is not about being cold, it's about being in control of your mind, your time, your soul. So the next time she pulls away, don't chase, detach, observe. And remember, the most powerful reaction is no reaction. Part 5. Her ego versus reality. Let's make one thing very clear. When a woman realizes you lost interest, it doesn't just touch her heart, it slaps her ego. You see, attraction is one thing, but validation, that's the drug. And the moment you take that away, she doesn't just miss you, she questions her power over you. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So what happens next? She overthinks. Every word, every emoji, every silence from you becomes a riddle in her mind. She competes, maybe with other women, maybe with your peace, but she feels like she has to win you back. She mirrors detachment. Don't be fooled. This isn't true indifference. It's a performance meant to provoke you into reacting first. What's your move? Nothing. You don't compete. You don't explain. You observe, because the man who walks away in silence holds the greatest power. Part 6. The inner battle she faces. Internally, she's now in a war zone. On one side, her emotions. Did I make a mistake? He was good to me. Why does this hurt? On the other, her pride. I can get anyone I want. Why should I care? Let him go. But the deeper her internal struggle becomes, the more erratic her behavior turns. She might block you, then unblock you. She might post seductive selfies with mysterious quotes. She might DM you casually, pretending it's nothing. But don't be fooled. These aren't signs of strength. These are signs of someone trying to gain back emotional leverage. And that's exactly why a Stoic man remains unmoved. Because true power isn't how loud you can speak. It's how calm you can stay when chaos knocks on your door. Part 7. Why women chase what withdraws. There's a psychological principle behind all of this. The law of scarcity. People want what they can't easily have. That includes emotions, attention, and energy. When you were available 24/7, you were abundant. Now that you've stepped back, you've become a rare currency. Women aren't wired to crave indifference, but they react to it. Because emotional detachment signals value. She begins to reanalyze the entire timeline. Was I too distant? Did I push him away? Maybe I should have appreciated him more. And here's where Stoicism hits hard. You don't return to be rewarded. You walked away because peace became more valuable than the chaos of inconsistency. Part 8. The Rise of the Stoic Man. Let's talk about you now, not her. When you finally stop caring about someone who didn't respect your value, something inside you shifts forever. You think clearer. You focus better. You build deeper. You become the man that doesn't chase, because he's too busy becoming. As Seneca said, he who is brave is free. And the moment you chose your dignity over desperation, that was the moment you became a free man. Freed from chasing half-hearted love. Free from decoding mixed signals. Free from the emotional roller coaster. Your silence becomes sacred. Your peace becomes non-negotiable. And your standards, higher than ever. Part 9. Her return. The inevitable circle. Time passes, and like clockwork, something happens. The "Hey Stranger" text. The old picture reposted. The random story view. But here's what most men don't realize. When she comes back, it's not always because she loves you. Sometimes, she just hates losing. This is when Stoicism saves you. You don't respond from nostalgia. You respond from clarity. Ask yourself, does she respect me now? Or does she miss the power she used to hold over me? You don't fall for breadcrumbs, because a high-value man doesn't eat crumbs. He builds his own table. Part 10. Final reflections. So how does a woman react when she realizes you've lost interest? She panics. She overanalyzes. She reaches, silently or loudly. But most importantly, she sees you differently. But you're no longer emotionally attached to her reaction. You've become the Stoic, the man who leads with logic, not lust, with self-respect, not desperation. Remember this every time you feel tempted to chase love that hurts. Your silence speaks volumes. Your withdrawal teaches lessons. And your peace, that's your greatest form of revenge. If she realizes you lost interest, let her reflect. Let her miss you. Let her learn what it feels like to lose a good man who mastered himself. Powerful outro plus call to action. Don't ever forget, in a world full of noise, the Stoic man's silence echoes the loudest. If you felt that, like the video. Drop a comment below. My peace is power, so I know you're walking the Stoic path.